What is up, guys? Retro Gamer back here with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how I designed my TERP or TE reduced pressure nitrogen laser rather than an open air nitrogen laser. And while I never did get mine to work, not because of my design, but because of my technology, and I moved on to other displays. But I'm going to show you how I built mine, and maybe this will help you build yours, and some tips of advice that I would give. So the first thing I did was I took these. Well, let's start with this. The problem with this is the vacuum and the inductance. More so the vacuum than the inductance. But you want to have low inductance, so you want to try and keep these electrodes as low to this plate as possible. I used a 2-inch piece of PVC here. Probably better to use about 1.5 inches. And keep it low to the ground. And then don't have it actually touching the ground, and then just have these bending off, you know. And you could actually make these as capacitors too, just kind of lay them down flat and then let them go all the way. But I chose to let them sit on top of tinfoil. Now that that's out of the way, let's actually start from the beginning. So for the base, I just used a piece of wood. This whole bottom plate is aluminum foil, and the spark gap I use should be hooked up to my, wherever it is. Yeah, it's over here. It was hooked up to my Tesla coil. I used a piece of angled aluminum with no sharp edges on it, all smoothed down. And then this brass nut with a brass acorn nut, once again smoothed down. It doesn't have to be brass, but I just chose it because it looks cool. And then you have your dielectric. I actually use cutting boards from Dollar Tree. Very nice. And then I have 2 sheets of aluminum foil. And they both, wait, I was just making sure that I blew my dielectric. They both are about 1 inch apart from each other, but that'll vary depending on your voltage and how your setup is. By the way, I put 7,000 volts on top and 7,500 volts on the other side, or 7,500 on top, 7,500 on the other side. It's a neon sign transformer, so they're not in phase, so that'll work. Or you could do ground in 7,500, it doesn't matter. From there, I use a piece of PVC, and I took a Dremel and just cut along the side the length of my metal electrodes that are going in, and perfectly even on both sides. And when you put the metal in, you want to put it in so that they're only 1 centimeter apart. I chose 1 centimeter apart in the middle from on this side, 1 centimeter apart on the other side. And then you just want to seal it up with JB Weld. That's what I did. Hot glue first, JB Weld next. That way you get the position with hot glue, it'll dry fast, and then JB Weld will do the job of sealing. The metal is actually bent with one of those presses that you can squish the metal in and then bend it up. That's probably the only way to do it with this kind of metal. If you have a thinner metal, maybe you can do it with other means, but that was how I did it with this. And then I drilled holes in top here for air to come in, or well, air to come out actually, to be vacuumed out. And then that was pretty much the chamber. The only thing left was putting a piece of plexiglass here, and the plexiglass is just a little triangular shape, rather than just having it round and boring. And then once again, you can see the hot glue, and then I JB welded it. That works fairly well. This goes the vacuum with the problem with this vacuum is it pulls a 300 torr vacuum inside. Regular atmosphere 760 torr, and you need about 100 torr, even less than that, to really get these sparks to jump across that 1 centimeter gap. They will do it with this 300 torr, just not throughout the whole thing, and won't do it evenly. It kind of just picks the sharp edges. Which, by the way, that reminds me, you should round your sharp edges. I did not do that. Very dumb of me. And finally, your little induction coil or resistor. Obviously, you're not going to want to use a real resistor there. Just do the coil. You can use any wire. I'd use like wall wire. That's what I did. Because it's thick, it'll hold its own. And that just goes from one side of the capacitor to the other. And yeah, guys, that is about it for that. It's a very simple build, but there's no tutorials on how to build a TERP laser, and I'm sorry I didn't record it when I did it. But that is it. If you have any questions, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.